Eagle Scout.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, planet Earth, in parts some might call unknown. We're going back to the World Cup.
Oh. Well, yeah, we are.
That's it. That's the show. Not really, but we're here.
All right.
We're live.
We'll see. We'll see you later.
We
I'm gonna go play Gran Turismo.
Yeah. We're here. We are live on a Thursday, 4 days after we were last here for the podcast.
Yeah, and somehow I have a personal record of stupid people.
At what, 9, right?
9.
I only have 3. So,
I mean, mine's just a little rundown until we get to the last one.
yeah. So, actually, I'm going to change the one piece of news that we have to the very end, because that's going to be the longest piece that we're going to have.
Okay, that's fine.
Bingo. Okay, so
Bang.
With that being said, let's roll into Stupid People Say Stupid Things. I will start us off because I believe I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. My first one comes from Twitter. Well, all 3 of these actually do come from Twitter. Let me open my on here.
Mine are all over the place.
My first one comes from, and actually all of these are from the world of soccer. Now that I think about it.
I believe I have a couple that are too as well.
My first one comes from Paul Carr,
Ah.
who now writes for Hold Please. I already forgot. No, he is the director of content for True Media Sports.
Huh.
He does soccer research for CBS and Fox too.
I see.
Yeah. So,
Sounds like permanent irrelevance, maybe.
Oh, God, yes. This is going to be a thing. I love this. Paul tweeted yesterday at about 11:30. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday around 11:30. About some stuff happening in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying match, the final set. Here's what Paul tweeted. Improbable # root for chaos tonight.
Oh, yeah.
United States loses 7-0 to Costa Rica. Mexico loses 7-6 to El Salvador. Costa Rica qualifies in second place for goal differential. The United States and Mexico are tied with +6 goal differential and 21 goals. The United States advances on head-to-head in third place. Mexico goes to the playoff versus the Oceania champ, which is New Zealand.
I
Paul,
don't know why anybody would want that, let alone this guy.
no United States fan. I mean, I don't know if any CONCACAF fan wants that. Any fan of any CONCACAF team that were in the top 4.
Maybe Costa Rica fans. Maybe.
Well, yeah, they probably would have. Yeah, they would have. But here, Paul is a
loser.
You want your team. Your team to go out and lose their guaranteed spot just to possibly hope that Mexico also loses in this extremely improbable thing against El Salvador, who I believe is ranked like 8,000th. Well, that's not true, but
it might as well be.
Let's see. They are ranked currently 74th.
Yikes.
That's not as bad as their lowest at 190th back in 06. But yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good. Yeah. Why are we... Anytime I see any of these, root for chaos people, it's just like...
Why?
No. especially when it involves you. Especially when part of the chaos involves your own team.
Losing 7-0.
Your own team, not just your own team. Your own team's worst case scenario.
I mean, I guess it's not the worst case scenario in the big picture of his whole root for chaos thing, but it's damn close. I guess the worst case scenario would be if Mexico loses and then Mexico beats us.
Yeah.
In his world.
This next one, I gotta find the original, what this original tweet was from. First. Okay, hang on a second.
I'm patiently awaiting 8 p.m. so I can figure out what cars we get.
Did this guy... What's this jackass originally applying to? Okay. This next one on Twitter comes to a reply from ESPN. Last night, ESPN posted about the United States men's national team qualifying for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar.
Okay.
GeekLord420 tweets ratio.
Right. That's it.
Ratio and soccer is only popular in third world countries.
No.
By the way, his ratio was very much failed because it got 0 likes.
I don't know what's worse, getting 0 or 1.
And then someone pointed out that soccer is popular in Europe, Asia, Central America, South America, Africa, and North America. And told him to just stick to watching American football. Ecolord comes back with literally all of Central and South America and Africa and Europe are third world countries, bro. And follows up with, gotta be racist. And this guy, by the way, triples. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x on 6 times multiplier on doubling down on his stupid
6 downs.
Yeah. After saying that all of Central America, South America, and Africa and Europe are third world countries.
Countries.
Yeah. He tweets, gotta be racist.
Yeah. Gotta be some irony in that.
Bro, soccer is literally and at this point, nobody was replying to him. He was just replying to himself. Which makes
sounds like somebody else that'll appear later.
Which makes it hilarious because he's literally just replying to himself. Bro, soccer is literally a European sport spread to third world countries because of colonism. It's supposed to say colonialism, but he spelled
colonism.
Colonism. It's supposed to be colonialism or colonism even, but no, he spelled that wrong. Soccer is literally inherently racist. Bro, how is soccer not a European sport spread by colonism again?
Colonism.
It was made in China.
Oh, God.
And then he comes up with something that I've never heard of. Hold, please. I gotta actually Google this again.
Are you ready for our new cars today?
Oh, God. Oh, and his final reply to himself. Su Chu is nothing like modern soccer. I don't even like soccer, and I know that.
Toyota Prius, 2000 Renault Clio, 03 Audi T2. Crap.
By the way, Su Chu is literally soccer.
Yep.
It literally is. Some of the rules are different,
God.
but yeah,
But it's basically that.
yeah. Suchu is the original version of soccer.
Jesus.
And finally, none of these people are going to make Stupid Person of the Year, at least. Even though this third guy could, just because, and this is a troll account, I fully know this. But anytime I see this account pop up on Twitter on anything, I just want to find the person who runs this Twitter account, who has this Twitter account, and I want to punch him in the fucking mouth. And then take his phone and any other device that has social media on it and throw it into a fucking wall. This guy pisses me off that much. Because even as a troll account, he just spews idiot. And for those of you who don't know what account I'm talking about the account 3-Year Letterman.
Mm.
He went out searching the United States men's national team. He went out and searched them out. A post about the United States men's national team hosting the 2026 World Cup. Well, the United States of America hosting the 2026 World Cup. And he tweets, "It offends me that America, the oldest and greatest country on earth, would agree to host glorified jogging that requires no athleticism." And this is coming from a youth football coaching legend, not some random clown.
Loser. Loser. Loser.
I have no words.
Loser.
This dude is the epitome of a disgrace.
I'm just pressing a bunch of buttons on the
Loser.
soundboard to just express how much of a fucking failure at life that individual is. And those are my stupid people saying stupid things. I need beer.
I need to take a drink of water here right now because I'm gonna be at this for a second.
Yes, you are.
We're gonna start off in the comment sections of the announcement made yesterday that Colin Kaepernick was the honorary captain for Michigan's.
Pause real quick.
Uh-oh.
The guy who was my second stupid people say stupid things, the dude who replied with ratio, he only has one follower on Twitter, by the way.
It's probably like another account of his.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick is going to be the honorary captain for Michigan's spring game. He's at practice here for the next couple days. That was announced yesterday. They posted about it. The comments, especially on the Facebook side, were exactly what you'd expect. We start off with Dan.
Oh no.
Why do I feel like, I mean, it's not, I don't know this specific Dan, but I know a guy with the name Dan and that last name, but it's not the same guy. Says, must have made an impact. The one photo shows the entire team taking a knee.
I saw that on Twitter too.
Jesus Christ.
There was one just like that on Twitter.
Cecil. We honor our flag and national anthem in the big house. Good Lord above. There was also an honorable mention here on the Facebook side for this. It's sort of stupid, but I okay. I don't even know what this is. Lauren says, great choice for honorary captain. I hear Ohio State has Tucker Carlson as their honorary captain.
I saw that one too. I think I saw that because I think you showed it to me.
I think I was trying to show you a different one.
Yeah.
But that was just on there. Jason, so much for this season. I might not watch a game all year. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Later. All right. Now we move on to the ones from the U.S. men's national team qualifying for the World Cup. Will be out before it starts, says Jeffrey.
No.
I don't think that's how that
That's
works,
not how it
Jeff.
works at all.
Will be out before it starts. Two people liked that.
Huh?
Two people liked that comment. I don't get it. I don't know. Nick, in the commenting on the amount of time it's been since the U.S. did qualify for a World Cup, which I have included in the notes, and we will get to later, in more detail than this. Nick says, "Don't make me do math." Then he proceeds to do math and says, "That is 7 years and 9 months for you lazy hooligans." Don't make me do math. Offers to do math.
Does the math for...
Over to the Twitter side of the Kaepernick stuff, we have Nick, who just says, "Guess I'm a State fan."
Oh, yes,
How long-
here we go.
How long? How long until he figures out that MSU has a black head coach? Like, buddy, I have some bad news for you. Oh no. Moving on to story that was taking the internet by storm while we were live last time around. The Will Smith slap of Chris Rock at the Oscars on Sunday. We some of these names. What we had Cecil earlier, and now we have Agnes. Well, there is a big pot of gold waiting for Chris after 5 days of sellout performances in Boston. Prior to the slap heard round the world at the Oscars, his upcoming show was not selling well. Ticket prices are now up to $1,900 per ticket. Then, this Monday, all remaining tickets were gobbled up, becoming a must-have ticket. It is a financial bonanza for Chris, in all caps at the end. I don't exactly know how Agnes here quite knows whether his show is selling good or not.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with an idea as to how she knows.
I don't know.
And I got nothing.
This is in the replies to a WTF1 tweet about Netflix's F1 series Drive to Survive.
I've not watched the season yet.
I haven't watched any of them, actually. Fun fact. But it says Drive to Survive's Rotten Tomatoes audience score has gone from 89% for season 1 to 17% for season 4. And someone said, not surprised, they had one of the best F1 seasons, and they focused 4 episodes on Monaco, a whole episode on Mazepin, and on the quote-unquote rivalry between Lando and Daniel. And then Ricardo chimes in. Not that Ricardo, a different Ricardo.
Just a guy named Ricardo.
A guy named Ricardo. This is also in all caps, by the way. Sorry, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 exclamation points.
Yes.
But you were talking about the greatest driver ever. ... Nikita. Followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exclamation points.
That's 25
Then a
exclamation
space.
points.
Then a space. Then 5 more.
So 30.
Then another space. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 exclamation points.
46. So he's 46 of his 140 characters are exclamation points.
And he did not use them all. How many? Wait, I gotta count the letters now. $53 letters. And how many exclamation points you say? 46?
46. Wow.
This is over from the YouTube side. This is in response to AEW releasing somebody. I don't really know who it was. Probably like somebody on fucking AEW Dark on YouTube or something. No idea who it was. Pool Dead says, and by the way, the reason for the given reason by AEW for the release here was budget cuts, which of course is the WWE reason that gets ate alive every single time they release somebody. Pool Dead says budget cuts or not renewing their contract. Budget cuts or not renewing their contract. This is so hard to read because there's no punctuation at all. Budget cuts or not, or not renewing their contract, Tony will always get some sort of flack for it. But as long as he does it the right way, then I have no issues. You know damn well that if somebody just didn't renew their contract and then the reason was budget cuts, them AEW people would eat WWE alive, as they always do.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Come on. Ridiculous. And now finally.
This one's gonna take some time.
This man is on your screen right now. He is on my sign this week.
This was a late entry too.
It was it was. I woke up to this tweet after a nap, might I add. I didn't see this when I woke up first thing this morning. That man, that thing on your screen right there, with a fedora and a suit. I don't know what it doesn't look like it fits him very well. You can't see it on your screen, but the picture that he uses on his Twitter is quite hilarious. This is in a way back to the Kaepernick stuff. Because somebody had posted that typical meme of all the hicks with sunglasses and all the people that look like typical conservative voters, Everybody's seen that.
Yep.
Some Spartan fan came along and then said, well, this isn't funny anymore, or something along those lines. And I simply responded, whether it's funny or not doesn't really make it any less true. And here comes the man himself, Chris Arndt. Whatever his name is. It wasn't clever before either. Your straw man concept of quote-unquote truth isn't helpful to anyone. Okay. I had to give his Twitter a quick click just because I wanted to see what kind of stupid I was dealing with. and I'm gonna read you his Twitter bio. Okay, this is at CJ Arndt on Twitter. The first thing that this 30-year-old man, at least 30-year-old man, puts in his Twitter bio is Eagle Scout. Oneida, I don't know, it looks like Orida, the fucking French fry people. Township trustee.
Potato company.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Beekeeper. And here's the important bit. Eaton County Parks Commissioner. Political mercenary. And hashtag Aren't Nation. He also has a link to, I don't really know what this is, demands.chrisarndt.net. I don't know what that profile or what that, platform is, but he writes some sort of political articles on there, and they're hilariously bad, which we will get to momentarily. So, first thing I did was go and read some of his posts, okay? And the best ones that I found, remind you, this is in response to a tweet that had to do with Colin Kaepernick. This man, back in 2019, wrote an article that says, "I don't do racial politics." And it is hilarious. I mean, of course you don't. You're a white conservative. Of course you don't do racial politics. I actually have to go back and and find the fucking inauguration. That one's special. How far back do I have to go? Page 5. It's around here. Page 6. Where are you? Jesus, I went this far back. Page 7. There it is. All right. So this is a man that also wrote an article of why you should vote for Donald Trump in the 2020 election, and then continued to list off all the bad things he did, but said he was a changed man, and we should vote for him because he's not the first person that's done terrible things that has a position of power. So because he's not the first, that makes it okay. So this is a post that he made about Inauguration Day. It says, "In principle, I love Inauguration Day as the most immediate proof and acknowledgement of how our republic differs from numerous dictatorships, autocracies, and assorted principalities across the globe. That we enjoy free elections to choose our leaders, and the transfer of power from one leader to the next is a peaceful transition of power, regularly and lawfully." Now, do you think that was written at the start of 2021, round about the time that Trump Republicans were raiding the Capitol?
Yes.
No, of course it wasn't.
Oh.
It was back when Donald Trump took office in 2016 or 2017.
Oh. Well, I would have been wrong there.
And if you go through the tweets of this man, he was a supporter of the January 6th riots there. And so it's just rather hilarious how a person's opinion can change, given who is taking office and who is asking for a peaceful transition of power. Goodness gracious, Chris. So I shared a couple of the highlights of his page there, which, by the way, he calls his Thunderdome of ideas. And I said, hey, look, this is some hilarious stuff, man. This is great. Like, I love this. And then Chris, the Eaton County Parks Commissioner.
That is not actually
Tweets-
the Eaton County Parks Commissioner.
Well, I was going to get to that later, but we could do it now. No, he is not. He is on the commission for the Eaton County Parks. But he is not the commissioner, and he was not elected. He was appointed as a citizen at large. Oh, I love the internet. Yes, this man that is actually somehow in charge or somehow working in, albeit a small part of the state government, with around about 1,400 followers. He doesn't have like a big following, not enough to have his own hashtag of Aren't Nation.
Yeah.
Replies to me with, "You will never have enough followers to merit a significant response." He retweets people with 2 or 3 followers all day long.
Those are people who just agree with him, though. So
Well, of course. Of course.
that's the important part.
Um,
I just closed Twitch chat.
I had actually found this part earlier. But I think I thought the stuff that he wrote on his page was a little bit funnier and a little bit more contradicting. But then after he came up with that, fucking Eaton County Parks Commissioner's bringing up followers. I had to share the fact that he decided it was a good idea to share that he is listening to the most racist song I have ever heard in my life on his Twitter with the N-word in it and everything.
As the title.
Yeah. Run, expletive, run. Run, slur, run. That is what this guy this guy works in some form or another, or some state government, man.
Local government. It's just probably local.
I don't know. I guess it is local government, but it's in our state.
Yeah.
Yes. So he just this, and so, like, you know, most of the time you see people, you know, you dig up like old tweets and whatnot where they, you know, say some racist shit. It's like 2012, 2013, you know, people were, I mean, it's crazy to think about, but people were a lot more comfortable with stuff like that back then. Now, this was shared on January 8th of 2020.
Yeah.
I don't...
From, of
What?
all places, and the band name is the best part about this, because I pulled this up.
So I remember finding out about that song because I searched for Skillet one day. And that specific song was like the second result that came up. I was like, huh?
By Gid Tanner and the Skillet Lickers.
Yes. It is incredibly old. And by the way, this was on SoundHound.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Not even SoundCloud.
No SoundCloud rappers here.
SoundHound.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then honestly, the part that I didn't expect, because he just decided not to respond to me anymore, you know, because you know, I don't have enough followers for him. He added me to a list on his Twitter, and all he had to do, I mean, I think the point is so that I would see it, but if he didn't want me to see it, then I don't know why he just didn't make it private. Because he added me to a list that he has with 122 members and 2 followers. One of them being him. Called Permanently Irrelevant. Because I'm so irrelevant that you want to put me in a list to keep track of what I say.
Yeah.
Right, Chris. Right. This is stupid person of the year material.
Loser.
And he hardly
Loser.
said anything to me.
Loser. 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 Loser.
This-
Loser.
How
Loser.
did this, how is this
Loser.
man not
Loser.
working at fucking
Loser.
Arby's?
Loser. Loser.
The podcast
Loser.
can barely hear you because of how
Loser.
aggressively
Loser.
I'm pressing the button.
Loser.
Okay, I'm
the
done.
loser button.
Yeah.
I don't know. That broke me. He replied to me twice, and is in stupid person of the year contention. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, he very well could win it. For you.
And so I did create a list because of course I had to put him in a list as well. And I have committed to him being the only member ever of this list, and that is permanently racist. Now there are plenty of people on Twitter that are deserving to be in there, but nope, Chris, that's all you, buddy. You will forever be in there until I get sick of looking at your face and and get rid of it. But as I'm looking at his face again. It's fucking fedora, man.
Like,
Oh my god.
let's move on to the news.
That broke me. That absolutely broke me.
It was breaking me every time you were telling me about it. 'Cause, like, it's just such world class stupid.
This guy, if we didn't look him up and figure out that he actually does work for Eaton County Parks in some capacity, I would think that this man isn't real and is just a troll. But he's real. And
That's
he's
why I
got,
went and
like,
looked him up. I was like, this guy's got to be a fucking troll.
so many articles like back, and they're all ramblings. They're all terrible. Dear God, the news.
So we will start with Formula One here in the news. Formula One announces that Las Vegas will host a race for the first time since calendar year of 1982 on a Saturday in November. And beyond, it will be a night race, apparently. This will give the United States of America 3 race dates on the schedule. I'd say calendar, but it is, yeah. The other 2 being Miami and Circuit of the Americas. This will tie a record for most races in a season in one country, which is also held by the United States of America. That record was set in 1982 with races at Long Beach, Detroit, and Las Vegas. Jordan, are you here?
I got muted somehow.
Oh.
Are you ready to hear the start time of that race?
I know it's a night race, but give it to me.
In our time zone, Eastern Time, 1 a.m.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's about what we're used to anyway. If we want to, wake up and watch Formula One.
Shanghai or Australia.
Yep. We've been there before, just not when the race is in our own country.
Yeah.
1 a.m.
in the East Coast.
Fucking-
So I will say, hopefully, this means that the Jeddah Street Circuit's gone.
Well, if you believe the rumors, which I do not, because I don't think there's any way that they take the track that's rumored to be taken off the schedule off of it. The rumors are saying Spa. No way.
There's not a chance.
It's one of the most historic circuits on the calendar.
There is.
And, I mean, yes, I guess they don't make the money that, say, this Vegas race or, Saudi or Bahrain or Abu Dhabi does. But, I mean, it's like getting rid of Monaco. You just can't do it.
I am okay with them keeping Bahrain, and I'm okay, and okay is a stretch for it with Abu Dhabi. I wish Abu Dhabi wasn't the final race of the season, not have that much of a spotlight. But
now that this is in November, who knows?
yeah.
I mean, I guess they probably would have announced that it would be the season finale, but
Saudi definitely needs to be gone. That's it.
yeah, for sure. The reason I told you before we were going live here was that I had Google Maps open is because a lot of the European fans were very upset that the U.S. is going to have 3 race dates. Take a guess as to how far the farthest distance 2 tracks are that are on the F1 schedule in Europe, or just in the East in general, because it's not just Europe.
The furthest
Yes,
between 2 tracks.
furthest between 2 tracks.
Australia and England.
So not okay. No, let me take that back. That like in chronological order, like on the schedule, not like Silverstone to Melbourne.
Oh, hang on, let me pull the schedule up again real quick. Probably be Abu Dhabi to Melbourne, or not Abu Dhabi, Saudi to Melbourne this year.
So the answer in miles is about 1,200. How far do you think Miami to Austin and Austin to Las Vegas are?
1,000, maybe a little more.
1,300.
13, okay.
I mean, when you've got a country that's as big land-wise as the United States, like, having 3 races there really isn't a big deal.
Yeah.
And the fact that most of these F1 fans that are complaining about it don't know that it's already happened.
Yeah, that also, yeah.
I mean, the U.S. is F1's raced everywhere in the U.S. Like Long Beach, Detroit, obviously Austin now, Indianapolis. It's been all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it. The circuit kind of looks like it might suck.
Yeah, I don't have great things about the circuit. I am excited that we do have a 3rd race here in America.
I think Las Vegas, even though it's at 1 a.m., like that's going to be a really fun race to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess an honorary mention for stupid people saying stupid things. Even though no date has been announced for this race, or at least when I was doing the notes, no date had been announced. Somebody tried to say that this race was on Thanksgiving Eve. On a Saturday.
That doesn't work. That doesn't check out.
Not at all. Yeah, no, the circuit kind of looks rather shit. But I mean, who knows? With these new cars, maybe it'll be all right. Maybe.
Hopefully.
A lot of long straights, a really bizarre looking hairpin. Almost a corner that like half looks like Spoon at Suzuka. It's really strange. But I mean, it's a street circuit. I guess they're working with what they got, but we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. 11 turns, 14 total.
Yeah. Yup.
2
NASCAR doubleheader. Put NASCAR on the street circuit.
Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 2 long straights, and then a extremely long straight from the exit of turn 9 to the entry of turn 11.
Yeah.
And yeah, 5, 6 looks kind of like Spoon. A 90 degree for turn 9. Can't really see turns 11, 12, 13 because the rendering has a building in the way.
I saw a track map earlier that gave a pretty good look at it, but
Oh. And then that really goofy hairpin is turn 1.
oh no, that's not going to be good.
Yeah.
What are the odds? What are the odds that everyone makes it through that?
2%.
Not good. Not good at all.
Move turn 1 back into like as turn 4 where 14 is. Make that hairpin be like turn 2.
Fuck, turn 2 might still be too early. I don't think they make it through that when we get there in 2023.
Yeah.
Some racing things that are happening in 2022, and this happened last week,
So
but
yeah,
I
go
forgot
ahead
to
and
put it.
roll us with this
Forgot
one.
to put it in the notes, and that is that NASCAR is going to Le Mans with the Garage 56 entry. So they're just basically kind of rolling around. They're not really racing like the rest of them. It's just more like an experimental type of thing. I mean, this garage entry always has been. This is a partnership with Hendrick Motorsports and Chevy, and it will be a variation of the next gen car. I'd imagine they throw a wing on the back of it and do
They
some
have
other
to.
trickery to it. Oh, I can't imagine a NASCAR stock car just rolling around Le Mans with just that spoiler like that we have now. Ain't no way. They got to throw a wing on that thing. We'll have drivers to be named at a later date. Most drivers seem to be happy about this, except the few. Denny Hamlin's not thrilled.
Why?
Although Denny,
He's thrilled by anything.
no, he's kind of been in a shit mood lately because he's like 22nd or 21st in points or something. Something to do with the fact that he wanted it to be. He's pissed that it's just a Chevy thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Like he thought that we should try and send 3 different Garage 56 entries, which is not possible.
That's not how it works.
I don't know. There was somebody else. I think Kyle Busch was pissed about it. It is a weird thing. We'll see how this goes. And I'm curious to see who they pick as like drivers. I don't know if it interferes with the NASCAR schedule at all. So I don't know if we're gonna have like NASCAR drivers in that car. That'd be cool to see.
Hold, please.
Uh-oh.
Trying to figure out. Hour Le Mans. Let's see. That falls on June 11th and 12th.
Which is a what?
Saturday, Sunday.
Eek. So now the NASCAR schedule.
That's what I'm pulling up now. NASCAR Cup Series schedule. Don't want alerts
May.
on June.
Oh,
June.
wait, that's July.
June
Sonoma.
June 12th will be at Sonoma.
Ew.
The Save Mart 350 at Sonoma.
I love Sonoma. Yeah, that might be a tricky one. I mean, like when does the 24 hours end?
Hold please.
Probably not enough time to fly from France to Sonoma, California.
Probably not.
Although, I mean, okay, so here's the thought. You have some NASCAR drivers in there that have to go back, but don't have them finish it.
Yeah, I guess.
Send them back. I mean, because that race starts at 4 p.m., the Sonoma one does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, they can make that work, I think. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it'll be that'll be an interesting thing to see. I mean, that seeing a stupid, dumb, heavy NASCAR stock car rolling around Circuit de la Sarthe is going to be really interesting. I, I I can't wait to see them even try that thing. They got to put a big ass wing on that thing.
Trying to see if they images. They're
I don't think they've released the exact car yet.
let's say this is just some fucking mock-up rendering, and it's hilarious.
What? How bad is it?
Hang on. Please hold. I'll send it to you, and then I'm also going to throw it up on the podcast.
Oh God. If it looks ridiculous, it almost makes me hope that that's what it's going to look like.
Okay, send it to
Oh,
you.
boy. Oh boy.
And then I'll throw it up here on the podcast. Let's see. Image. We're just going to call that image because it's going to get deleted here momentarily.
That's just a fucking car.
Yeah, they're calling that a rendering. I mean, the wing at the back is a little bigger.
Well, that's just a Daytona wing.
Like, there's no way it's just that.
That's not even a wing. That's just a
spoiler.
straight spoiler.
There's no way.
No, that's just like a regular Daytona spoiler with the clear bit at the top, so it doesn't obscure the mirror.
Like, there's no way it's just that.
I would doubt it. God, stock cars look weird with numbers in a box.
Right. Okay. Let's move on.
Goodness gracious, that isn't. I hope that's not it. Yeah, rendering for illustration purposes only. Final race car design will be unveiled at a later date.
Yeah, thank God. Let's move on.
Oh, watch it be that though.
Bruce
Yes.
Arians has.
Oh boy. Yeah, this news came out of left field.
Bruce Arians has retired from coaching and will take a role in the front office of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Defensive coordinator Todd Bowles has been promoted to head coach, signing a 5-year deal for numbers.
I don't think that was disclosed, at least when I looked it up.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is the second time that Bruce Arians has retired. And this one really came kind of out of nowhere. Like, what a wild offseason for the Buccaneers. Like, what a wild last few months. I mean, you had the Antonio Brown nonsense. Then Tom Brady retires, Tom Brady unretires, and now you lost your head coach and you're stuck with Todd Bowles, who, I mean, let's be honest, anybody could coach that team and they'll be fine. But Todd Bowles was a failure of a head coach, I believe, with the Jets. So, I mean, what can we expect from that? We'll see how important Bruce Arians was to this team, if he was important at all. Because I have no faith in Todd Bowles to coach a whole team. But, I mean, Bucks, they'll be fine still. They still got a good team around them. I don't think whoever they could steal Jeff Fisher away from the Michigan Panthers, have him coach the team, and they'd probably be fine.
Watch Tom Brady retire now.
That would be, oh God, retires, unretires, and then retires again in like a 2-month span.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean, that'd be brutal. I don't have much else to say about this.
It'd be brutal for Bucks fans. For the rest of us, it'd kind of be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot else to say on this.
No, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this affects them. I mean, this doesn't sound from the report, the noise the reporters have been making after the fact, that this was something that came out of nowhere. So it sounded like something that was in the works. I think they were. Bruce was concerned about some NFL rule that was potentially stopping this from happening, which I don't really know what that would be. And so, well, the Buccaneers signed a black head coach anyway, so this really doesn't matter a whole ton. But they were not required to comply with the Rooney Rule because the coaching hire came after March 1st.
Okay.
But it doesn't really matter because, I mean, that the whole point of the Rooney Rule is to have what happened without it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that's about all I got on that. We'll see what happens with the Bucks. I don't think it's going to affect them a lot at all.
No, let's move on. You want to take this piece or you want me to?
Well, I guess I will because, I mean, the team that's involved. Former Seattle Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner, who was released just after the Russell Wilson trade, signed a 5-year, $50 million deal with the LA Rams as they continue to get better, make that defense even better than it really already was, even though they didn't play like it at some times this season. Bobby isn't young by any means. I don't know how old he is, but I don't think. I mean, he's still got games left in him. So
he is 30.
So I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, a 5-year deal is a bit much. I mean, you talk about him being 36 when that deal ends for a linebacker. That's pushing it. But we shall see. I think he's got at least a couple good years left in him. Yeah. He was still really good when he was playing for the Seattle Seahawks. So,
this divorce here between Bobby Wagner and the Seahawks was messy.
Very.
If you believe all the reports where Bobby Wagner was not informed that he was getting cut.
I mean, I believe it.
Like, he found it on, like, social media. He heard it through a report from, like, Adam Schefter that he was going to get cut, and then he got the call.
Damn.
Like, Bobby Wagner played 10 years with the Seahawks. Was one of their best defensive players. And
member of the Legion of Boom.
Yeah. And yeah, it was kind of a messy little divorce here. And I think it's hilarious that Bobby Wagner's staying in the NFC West.
Yeah, that's funny. Apparently he is from LA. So I guess the move to the Rams does make sense to him. Yeah, that is interesting that he will play against the Seahawks, and I'd say 90% sure he'll probably beat the Seahawks.
Both times.
I mean, we don't even know who's going to be quarterback in that team right now. So, interesting. I would not want to be a Seahawks fan.
No. Now, rough times for Seattle. They are full rebuild, and they're burning bridges too.
Yep.
Let's move on.
Not with Russ, but Bobby Wagner for sure.
Yeah. Let's move on. The New York Yankees general manager Brian Cashman cites the Houston Astros cheating scandal as one of the reasons for their 12-year championship drought.
Well, first off, I mean, I get that it's the Yankees and they think that they should win the title every year. But the fact that he has to explain himself because they haven't gone to or won a World Series since 2009 is a bit comical.
Yeah.
What is even more comical is that, I mean, so what happened the other 11 years?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, or
and
even
then,
better. Go ahead.
Oh no. Well, I was gonna say, like, didn't the Yankees get caught up in some cheating stuff that same season?
I believe so.
And I don't remember the exact quote, but he said it basically called it a travesty, one of the worst things that's ever happened in our sport. Which, I mean, I do agree with, but not from the point that, oh God, the Yankees got screwed. Like, what, am I supposed to feel bad for you?
Cleveland got screwed in that same fucking season.
I feel worse for Cleveland, and that's saying something.
Like, anytime the Yankees get brought up in conversation as to why they don't succeed once they get to the playoffs, I always just say they have one of the smallest ballparks in Major League Baseball
That right field porch is something else.
that they play at for 81 games a year,
Yep.
and they do win most of their home games.
More seasons than not, yes.
They more often than not win most of their win well over half of their home games. And they just, like the Big Ten, like Big Ten basketball doesn't transition well into the tournament. The Yankees don't transition well into the postseason, having to play in baseball stadiums with real dimensions.
Yeah, that park is comically small. Right field's a joke. Even center field's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, why do you think the Yankees, like, any time the Tigers have seen them in postseasons since like 2006, the Yankees have never beaten us in a series. And why do you think that is? Because Comerica Park is an absolute monster. Like, that really is a lot of the reason why. I mean, they're good at playing at home, and then they're okay playing everywhere else.
Let's see. Left field is 318 feet. Left center is 391 or 399. Center field is straightaway center is 408. Right center 385. Right field 314.
Major League right field line is 314 feet away
At Yankee Stadium.
and it's not even it's not a big wall. Like, I think the Green Monster down the line is probably a shorter distance, but yeah, then the wall's like 30 feet high.
Yeah.
So you still got to crush a ball to get it over. There, it's just, I don't know. I don't get it. It's
Sneeze and the ball's going to go over.
pretty much how it goes. And they've been bitten by home runs. I mean, even going back further to 2009, like, anywhere in the 2000s, I mean, they got bit a couple times by home runs by the opposing team over that wall.
Yeah. Anything else to say about that? Like, it's just anytime this gets brought up as, oh, the Yankees haven't won in 12 years. Like, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm so sorry for you.
Part of it's that, and the other part is like, yeah, because they go play anywhere else. Like, their road record is not good.
No, it usually isn't. It's terrible. Oh, I didn't
hilarious.
even see this next piece of news. What the hell is this?
You haven't seen this?
No.
Oh, it's great. I'll read it since you haven't seen it.
Oh, no.
The New Orleans Saints have signed former Bengals and Bears quarterback and perennially awful quarterback Andy Dalton to a 1-year, $6 million deal. $3 million of that is guaranteed. And all this, Andy Dalton is most likely going to be the backup to Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill will be flexed out to a tight end / wide receiver. And
Oh, that's actually a really good idea.
yeah.
Fuck it. And you can still, I mean, use him as like a wildcat quarterback.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Oh boy. Andy Dalton. Bouncing around now. Third team, I guess fourth team in the last 4 years. What? Bengals, Cowboys, Bears, and now Saints.
Yeah. I actually forgot to throw Cowboys in there.
Yep.
He only played one game for Dallas after Dak got hurt, and then he got dead.
Yeah, and then he got murdered, yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
Jesus
This
Christ.
is going to be the remainder of Andy Dalton's career where it's just 1 to 2 year deals everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can ever probably be a starter again unless he has some sort of like late career resurgence somehow, kind of like a Ryan Fitzpatrick. but Andy Dalton doesn't have a cool nickname, so don't see that happening.
And Andy Dalton's just not good.
There is that fact too.
Well, he's just not.
Good God above.
Anything else to say on this?
Andy Dalton sucks.
Fair enough. That is true. You want to take this next
Oh
piece?
boy. This one is I didn't think we'd ever see this happen.
No, neither did I.
Even though everyone wanted it, except apparently 3 teams.
Yeah, 3 teams that didn't want it.
I don't know, but there were 3 teams that did not vote for this to pass. I would assume Kansas City's one of them.
Probably.
Because this rule, if it were in place last season, definitely would have affected them the way that game is going. The NFL will change its overtime rules so that both teams will get the ball in overtime, but only for the playoffs, which is really all it needs to be.
Yeah.
Like, the chances of a game going to overtime and you getting screwed because you don't getting a possession, and then that result screwing you out of a playoff spot is so small, and it's really not. I doubt we'll probably ever see it. This definitely for the postseason, I'm fine with it just being for the playoffs. That's fine with me, and it's very good because I mean, you look back and wonder like what sort of wild finish we could have had to the Chiefs-Bills game if this rule were in place last year. I mean, that game's already like a classic, but it would have been even crazier if the Bills got the ball back.
Now, a second. There was some comical stat that I saw.
Oh no.
Where was it? The 12 games that have gone to overtime in the postseason, 7 of those 12 were won on the first possession.
I mean, it's too many.
Sure, 2 of them happened to the Chiefs. The Chiefs were on each end of that spectrum.
Right. They still probably voted no.
Let's see. Here are the 3 teams. 3 teams. Bengals, Vikings, Dolphins.
Huh? Why? The Bengals get lucky in overtime at one point last season?
Not in the postseason.
Not in the postseason. And then in the regular season, didn't they lose in overtime to Green Bay?
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't on the first possession. That was just...
That was a clusterfuck of missed field goals.
Yeah, the Vikings and Dolphins... Huh?
Why wouldn't Minnesota want that? I mean, I guess they're not going to make the playoffs, so I guess that's...
Right. There is that of just them not making the playoffs.
I mean, Kirk, if I die Cousins. He'll probably make me eat those words and lead the Vikings to an undefeated season now.
Probably not.
Captain Kirk Cousins MVP.
Doubtful.
Very.
Yeah, no, I'm glad this is something that, at least for overtime, I do hope it possibly leads to the regular season.
Yeah, I definitely would like to see that happen, but if it doesn't, I mean, at least when the games matter most, that it is a rule.
Yeah,
like when it's like season on the line, and your offense doesn't even get to touch the ball. Like that's the worst.
Yeah. And finally, for the news.
Oh boy.
Unless you have anything else to add with that, because I
do not.
Finally, for the news. I led the show off with it in the intro. And it's fitting that for the most part, we are ending the show with it. The United States men's national team secures their first World Cup appearance since 2014. As of this moment, that is 2,831 days, 7 years, 274 days, 403 weeks and 3 days, or if you like hours, 68,000, approximately 68,000 hours.
It is. It'll be 69,000 at some point tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it was about 36 hours short of 68,000.
And hang on a second. I want to pull up how the U.S. got here. I had it up, and I accidentally
Oh boy.
lost. I closed that tab after the 8,000 tabs that I had.
Thought it was 9 million.
Not yeah. It was a lot. A lot. There we go. Come on, ESPN. Men's team. Come on. Come on, there, maybe.
They can't.
Okay, so back whenever this was, they had a 0-0 draw against El Salvador. 1-1 draw September 5th to 2021 against Canada. They beat Honduras 4-1 in September 8th, 2021. Move on to October 7th. They beat Jamaica 2-0. They lose to Panama, first loss, 1-0 on the 10th of October. They beat Costa Rica 2-1 October 13th in Columbus. And then, very famously, on backdoor cover, back November 12th, at Cincinnati TQL Stadium, 2-0 against the Mexican men's national team, 2-0 United States. Sent Eltree home packing. 1-1 draw November 16th against Jamaica. Not slightly, just a disappointing performance, having to travel to Kingston. It is hard to travel in CONCACAF. As you look at the United States, a lot of their losses or worst performances did come on the road. 1-0 win against El Salvador and Columbus again. Tim Hortons Field, this one hurts. Tim Hortons Field, in Canada, they lost 2-0. That propelled Canada to finishing first in CONCACAF qualifying. The game February 2nd against Honduras at Minnesota, in just absolutely terrible weather in a blizzard, they won 3-0. At Azteca against Mexico, they get a 0-0 draw. One of the most important results of qualifying, because it then paved the way for the final two games in the octagonal. Jesus Christ! The fact that that's what CONCACAF calls it for the final round of just 8 is the octagonal is just terrible.
Words are hard, but that is very dumb wording.
Octagonal, yeah. March 27th, last week, this happened on the podcast. In Orlando at Exploria Stadium, home of the Orlando City Soccer Club. United States 5 with a hat trick from Christian Pulisic. Goals from Jesus Ferreira and Paul Areola. 5-1 won over Panama. And then we move on to yesterday at Estadio Nacional de Costa Rica and San Jose, Costa Rica. Costa Rica won 2-0. It's a tough result to swallow. I mean, you look at big picture, though, the U.S. is in. That's how we got where we are.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell all the players were definitely disappointed in that result, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter a whole ton outside of, just feeling good. But
you want to be the first team to win in Costa Rica. The United States is 0 wins, 2 draws, 9 losses in Costa Rica now.
Right.
You want to be the first team to win, but it's just not an easy place to go win. Against a team that is, on paper, not as good. And you look at the world rankings, today's newest world rankings came out, United States, and we'll talk more about those here in a few moments, because I do want to look at World Cup qualifying as a whole. United States finished the qualifying cycle at 15. Costa Rica finished ranked 31st. Costa Rica is just not the super elite team, but they just, at home, they play tough. The United States, all they needed to do was not lose 6-0 against a team in Costa Rica that they've only scored 13 goals. 14 now. And 2 of those 14 came in qualifying came yesterday.
Not great.
They just don't give up goals.
Right. I mean, that's an important part too.
Yeah. So, we got that. Anyone wants anything else on that, go check my Twitter from all of last night.
When I loaded up the podcast Twitter, because the podcast Twitter follows like 5 people, that was all I saw.
It was all of mine.
Yep.
About 3 hours worth of tweets about the United States men's national team.
Yep, that was pretty much it.
Do you have anything to add on the United States men's national team before I get into the World Cup as a whole?
Well, it's about damn time. Let's not miss it again. That was some rather shitty times. Not being there 4 years ago. So yeah, let's just not miss that again. That'd be great.
So we don't have to worry about it next year.
Yeah, this is good.
Well, not next year. In 2026, next cycle is gonna be pretty. Yeah. Next cycle is gonna be pretty tame for the United States.
I would imagine so.
We get a lot of tough friendlies in international competition. World Cup as a whole. Here are the teams that have qualified. So far, we have 12 from Europe out of the 13. Those teams are Germany, Denmark, Belgium, France, Croatia, Spain, Serbia, England, Switzerland, the Netherlands, Poland, and Portugal. Still in contention for that last spot are 3 teams. The playoff was postponed until June because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Here is the semifinal for the playoff to get that final spot. Scotland versus Ukraine. The winner of Scotland-Ukraine will play Wales for the final spot in Europe for the 2022 World Cup. That again, those 2 matches again take place in June. We'll get to some notable teams that missed the World Cup here at the end of this portion. From South America, the 4 guaranteed qualifiers: Brazil, Argentina, Ecuador, Uruguay. Still in contention is Peru. Peru will play the winner of Australia or the United Arab Emirates. That game takes place June 7th. Move here to CONCACAF, North America and the Caribbean. As I've mentioned, I've mentioned pretty much all 3 of these teams here. The 3 guaranteed qualifiers: Canada, Mexico, the United States, still in contention because they finished 4th on goal differential. Costa Rica. Costa Rica will face off New Zealand in the Intercontinental Playoff for a berth in the World Cup, June something.
June something.
They don't. A date has not been confirmed for that. Move over to Africa. The 5 guaranteed qualifiers, and there are only 5 guaranteed qualifiers, or 5 qualifiers from Africa. Ghana, which means the United States is going to see them, which is guaranteed. Death taxes in playing Ghana. Senegal, Morocco, Tunisia, and Cameroon make it out of Africa. And Asia, the 5 that have the 5 guaranteed qualifiers in Asia are Qatar as the host. They automatically get in.
Boo.
The Islamic Republic of Iran got in. South Korea, Saudi Arabia, and Japan are your 5 out of Asia. Still in contention, as I've said, Australia and the UAE, Australia and United Arab Emirates will play in a one-off match in Qatar, in Doha, on the 7th of June. The winner of that advances to play an Intercontinental Playoff against Peru the 14th of June, I believe. 14th or 15th of June, as I already mentioned. And in the Oceania region, they only get 1 team, and it's not even a guaranteed spot, which is brutal. New Zealand won the Oceania region. They played teams like the Solomon Islands. Tahiti,
Yay! Elite powerhouse.
New Caledonia,
The best of all time.
Fiji, Gambia.
They make water.
Oh, Gambia. Gambia was a international friendly. I'm sorry. Papua New Guinea.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Wait, Fiji, did you just say they make water?
Yes.
It took a second for that to process in my brain.
Yep, they make they bottle up some water, sell it for $5 a bottle. Or just some company claiming that the water's from Fiji, even though who knows if it actually is.
That's hilarious. They make water.
They make water.
So
They actually make it in a factory.
yeah. Some notable teams that did not make it out of Europe. Italy.
R.I.P.
Makes it even worse for Italy. They only lost 1 game in their qualifying circuit, in this qualifying cycle.
Hey, at least for Jeff, Canada's there.
Yeah. Only lose 1 game in the qualifying cycle, and it was the playoff game against North Macedonia.
What's up, Dolce? She's probably trying to run away with my shoe,
Right.
even though it's just through the screen here.
Right.
Every time I'm over there.
The dog takes the shoe away. Yep.
Yep.
Italy does not make it, even though with the 1 loss they had a shit ton of draws and only 2 wins. Oops.
Not the best way to not make it.
Yeah, Italy's fallen on some hard times. Move on. We'll go down to South America. The notables from South America: Colombia and Chile.
I like Chile.
The African not Combo, whatever it's called. I can't remember what they actually call theirs. I'll 100% admit it.
Thing. They call it a thing.
Yeah. The big, most notable one from Africa is Egypt not getting in, Mo Salah and Egypt not getting in.
Yeah, you would like to see Mo Salah.
Which, I mean, we'll talk about that.
Oh.
I at least I will talk about that here in a little bit. That's the biggest one is Egypt not getting in. I mean, the Ivory Coast hasn't been great anymore since Didier Drogba is no longer playing.
Unfortunately, no, he's not.
Other than that, Egypt's the most notable. Out of Asia, it's kind of just. I don't really think there's anyone out of Asia that didn't make it that wasn't expected to make it. I just lost the link. Hold please.
In your 9 million tabs?
Yeah, because I closed out of it. Yeah, I closed out of it. See, I'm trying to think who is in the let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much Iran. Yep, they made it. South Korea made it. UAE's playing in a qualifier. You already lose one guaranteed spot because Qatar gets the automatic, and then Japan and Saudi Arabia made it. So no one really Australia is in the qualifier, is in a play-in game, so that's a little bit of a shock. They have made it a few more times over Saudi Arabia or Saudi Arabia. And Oceania is the Oceania region.
Off the top of your head, do you know what Qatar's ranked?
I have it right here.
Beautiful.
51st.
That's higher than what I was expecting.
Yeah, we'll talk about FIFA World Rankings in a second. Because those do kind of come into how the pots for the World Cup draw are set, which will be tomorrow. We'll talk about the pots 1 through 4. Pot 1, you have Qatar. Pot 1 contains the host, along with the 7 best teams, according to the newest FIFA World Cup or FIFA World Rankings that were published on Thursday, which was today. Pot 1 has Qatar, Belgium, because I'm trying to say Brazil and Belgium at the same time.
Belgium.
Or Belzil. Qatar, Brazil, Belgium, France, Argentina, England, Spain, Portugal. Pots 2 and 3 are filled in order of FIFA World Ranking. A pot 4, however, is set with the 5 lowest ranked nations, along with the winners of the 3 remaining playoff games. So, pot 2 has Mexico, the Netherlands, Denmark, Germany, Uruguay, Switzerland, the United States, Croatia. This is important because now the U.S. doesn't have to play Mexico again. Or they don't even have to play Canada, which we'll talk about in a moment if we'll get to them. Pot 3 has Senegal, Iran, Japan, Morocco, Serbia, Poland, South Korea, and Tunisia. Pot 4 has Cameroon, Canada, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, Ghana, Wales, or Scotland / Ukraine. Costa Rica or New Zealand, or Peru or Australia and the UAE. One team from each pot will be in each group. 5 of the 8 groups will have a maximum of 2 European teams, since 13 qualify. Other than that, there can be no more than 1 team from any other confederation. Meaning the United States cannot be drawn against Canada or Mexico. Brazil can't be drawn against Uruguay or Peru or Argentina for the group stage.
Well, damn. Match with Canada might be fun.
We could see them
Maybe.
in the knockout round.
We could.
Tomorrow on my Twitch channel, I will be doing a watch party and reaction to the World Cup draw. The draw is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, as Jordan asked, here are the FIFA World Rankings for every team that is still in contention. This includes the teams that are in playoff games. Brazil is at 1, Belgium 2, 3 is France, Argentina 4, England 5, Spain 7, Portugal 8, Mexico 9 after their win yesterday against El Salvador. The Netherlands are at 10. Denmark, with their feel-good story of Christian Eriksen back, is at 11. Germany is 12. Uruguay 13. Switzerland 14. The United States is at 15. Croatia is 16. At 18, we have Wales. They are in their playoff game. At 20, we have Senegal. 21, Iran. 22, Peru. They are in their playoff. They have a playoff game. Japan's 23. Morocco's 24. 25 is Serbia. 26 is Poland. 27 is Ukraine with their playing game. 29 is South Korea. 31 is Costa Rica. 35 is Tunisia. 37 is Cameroon. 38 is Canada after their loss yesterday. 39 is Scotland. They have a playing game. 42, Australia playing game. 46 is Ecuador. 49 is Saudi Arabia. 51 is Qatar. 60 is Ghana. 68 is the United Arab Emirates. And 101st ranked New Zealand has their playing game against Costa Rica.
I'm kind of happy that I'm not doing a try to win the World Cup challenge with the worst ranked team in the World Cup thing with FIFA this year. I did that for, I think, the last one.
2018.
Yeah. It didn't go well.
I might try it this fall.
I think Russia was ranked worse
Probably.
than, because they were hosting it, weren't they?
Yeah. Well,
They're probably
the guaranteed lowest is 60. You have potential of 68 or 101.
I don't remember what their ranking was, but it was in that realm, I
Man.
believe. They were shit. I believe the highest ranked player on the team is at 68 overall.
Also, Russia is banned from the competition.
Beautiful.
I should make that known. They didn't miss the competition because they suck. They just outright banned.
So is this a result of the invasion, or is it a result of them and their shitty practices when it comes to doping in what seems like all sports?
Invasion.
Ah.
If I remember
Either one of those would have been fair points.
Let me check. Yep. Suspended participation of Russia. Not just in FIFA competitions, in all UEFA competitions.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, that's it. That's the news.
That is the news.
Let's move on
And we're done with the news under the 2-hour mark.
Yeah. And we're going to be done with the show under the 2-hour mark, most likely.
I would assume so.
Champ and chump. We don't have anything else. I have 2 champs. One is more fitting is much more noticeable, much bigger reason than the other.
Okay.
My first is the United States men's national team for doing the redemption story of this team. And there wasn't a lot of players there's only, I believe, 4 players on this roster that were on the roster in 2018.
That's probably about right. I mean, we got a really young team right now.
Yeah. The turnaround redemption of this team, though, Greg Berhalter, even though I don't agree with some of his decisions, has turned this team around from what it was under Bruce Arena. So they are my first chump of the week. However,
and Jurgen Klinsmann as well.
Jurgen Klinsmann won games and did things.
Yeah, but he wasn't good either.
My true chump of the week, or champ of the week, not chump of the week. My true champ of the week is Denmark soccer player. He also plays for Brentford in the Premier League right now. Christian Eriksen. I just talked about him a couple minutes ago. During the UEFA Euro 2020 match, during the 2020 match for Euro 2020, but because of COVID, it had to be played in 2021. So, not quite a year ago, 9 months ago, Christian Eriksen collapsed on the field after a cardiac arrest. He was given cardiopulmonary resuscitation and eventually was fitted with a implantable cardioverter defibrillator.
Heavy shit.
He returned on Monday, if I remember correctly, and played his first game back since that occurrence. March 26th. Hold, please. Let me see what day.
One hell of a road back.
March 26th. Okay, so it was actually last Saturday. Felt like it was. I really thought it was Monday. Even though, and it wasn't international friendly, this game had basically nothing. Nothing going on. 2 minutes after coming onto the pitch, and he was named captain, by the way.
Fitting.
They brought him on at halftime. 2 minutes into him getting on the pitch, he scored a goal.
Well, hell yeah.
So Christian Eriksen is my true champ of the week. What you got?
My champ of the week is also the U.S. men's national team. I feel like we've said enough about it already. Just good to be back where we should be and competing on the world stage. So good to see us back. 2018 sucked.
Yeah. My chump of the week. Whew. This one's bad.
Uh-oh.
This one's really bad. This also comes from soccer. The fans of the Senegal men's national football team.
I forgot about this. Even though you just mentioned it a couple minutes ago.
They played Europe on Tuesday. Or no, Egypt on Tuesday. Yes, they played Europe. Yeah, Austin. Yes. Yes. They played Egypt on Tuesday in a qualifier. Game that did knock out Egypt.
Boo.
Here are some of the things that happened. And the game did go to penalty kicks. And it just wasn't even just during penalty kicks. It was actually throughout pretty much the entire second half, anytime Egypt was setting up for set pieces. Fans in the stands, Senegal fans in the stands had brought hundreds of laser pointers.
I mean, it was a lot. I mean, the pictures of all the lasers that are pointing at the faces of the Egyptian players.
Comical. I mean, not comical, bad. It was bad.
It's ridiculous.
It is very ridiculous.
What? the fact that more than one did it.
Yeah. Bright green laser pointers. Lasers. They then, once the game gets into penalty kicks, Mo Salah lines up for his, and you can see the image on the internet, has a just huge green blob of light on his face and in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He mailed this kick into the 800th row.
As one probably would when they were being blinded.
Yeah. We flip over. Sadio Mane is taking his kick for Senegal. Egypt's goalkeeper is then blinded.
Great.
Sadio Mane scores his. The Egyptian keeper had no chance at that point.
Yeah, none.
And that's it. Senegal's
Good
in,
God,
Egypt's out. Few other things. Apparently, the fans were accused of attacking the team bus by the Egyptian Football Association.
I mean, why not?
And
When you're trying to display how shitty you are, you might as well.
report after the game, objects were thrown at Mo Salah from the stands. At Mohamed Salah from the stands.
That's gross.
So, fans of the Senegal men's national soccer team, y'all are first off, you are
Loser.
and you are and
This dude is the epitome of a disgrace.
Stephen A. Smith said it right.
Okay. So my chump of the week is a little less serious. But it's just how badly this team fucked up this paint scheme. So, NASCAR, every season for the past few, has ran a throwback weekend at Darlington.
Okay.
They put some older paint schemes on the cars, usually pretty cool. Well, this year with the new number placement, they're keeping that number placement for the throwback weekend. And the number placement doesn't bother me because of it being slid up front. But the fact that they could have slid it back just a few inches more and made this paint scheme all right. I'm going to send you this.
Okay.
You can put it up on the screen. It is hilariously bad. This is Brad Keselowski's throwback to Mark Martin. The number is supposed to go in the blue bit.
Oof.
It's not that hard.
Oof. Hang, hold, please.
I'm interested to see just how many teams struggle with this. It's just like, and the thing is that they're not. It's not confined to that space. They could slide it back.
Wow. That's
Like Trackhouse Racing's numbers are pretty much in that same position.
we'll hit remove on that. Wow. Wow. That's all I got on that. Wow. Hey, oops.
They goofed up a little bit. The number can be there. It's why can't you put it there? There's not a sponsor there. Just put it in the blue oval,
Instead of
please.
just the. Yeah. Now we just have a big blank spot.
Can I find
Time for one for the road.
quickly. I think it is, because I don't think I'm scrolling through Twitter a little bit here. No, I can't find it. Let's move on.
One for the road, and then we can get out of here.
Yes.
Jordan, you want to go with yours?
My one for the road. At least according to this plan, we'll be doing a watch party stream for one of the 2 days here. That is WrestleMania, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is going to be a time. Sunday is going to be probably an even greater time. It's WrestleMania is always a good time. We're going to see some cool stuff. I swear to God.
Lost you, Jordan. Hello?
I'm back.
Oh, cool.
Discord broke for a second.
Cool.
No, I swear if we see Shane McMahon, I do not want to hear "Here Comes the Money" on Saturday night
Against Seth Rollins.
Ugh. Just give me Cody Rhodes. That's all I want. And as much as I like Brock Lesnar in his current character, I think he's got to lose.
Unfortunately.
R.I.P. to Brock. But that's what I got.
My one for the road, I've talked about it a little bit already. And it honestly fits the theme of me for the entire show. Because I'm really only here for one thing today. I've been here for one sole thing. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, the final draw, World Cup final draw, that's it.
That's it.
We'll see
who's
who's going
playing
where.
each other. Yep.
See who's in each group. As I said on my Twitch channel, I will be live tomorrow. At least the plan is for me to be live tomorrow for this. And then we will also have that on the House Divided YouTube channel shortly after, and up on Spotify as a House Divided short. Jordan, you're probably gonna be in West Branch, so you won't be able to be around to help to do that with me.
Yeah, I'll either be in a car or in West Branch.
Yeah. But that's it for me.
All right.
That being said,
Well, let's get out of here.
we're out of here. Any final thoughts, Jordan, before I do the outro?
Oh, let's see. What next week? We got MLB preview.
Caleb apparently is working on the 6th, by the way. I just saw that in Twitch chat.
Shit.
We can
Well,
we can try and figure something out.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess is there really a harm in doing it a couple days after opening day if that's what works better?
No, I would say we could either maybe do it the 5th if he's available the 5th, or a few days after opening day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, anything like that'll do. It doesn't have to be Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's 2 games on Thursday, and then the 8th is like true opening day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we can figure out a date that works.
Yeah.
Then what? 2 weeks from now.
NFL
2 weeks from now.
off-season stuff.
Yep, NFL offseason preview that we started, but then my power died. So that was fun. So we'll actually get that and complete that. Other than that, fuck Dan Snyder.
Fuck Dan Snyder. One nation, one team. So, until next week, thank you for making us a part of your Thursday evening. However you may be watching and or listening, wherever you may be watching and or listening from. Until then, peace out. Stay classy. See ya.
Eaton County Parks Commissioner.